Hello, y'all. I'm gonna introduce the date again. I'm gonna introduce the date again. It is Wednesday, right? Wednesday, June 12th, 2024, at 12:38 a.m. in the morning. Well, I had a lot to document. Well, as I said, they're trying to gang stalk me out of this area, and I don't have. This is like the last homeless sleep spot I have here in New Orleans. If they wouldn't have had the gang stalking set up with the five boys and by the ferry and fake Gretna, you know, I probably could have still been sleeping there or been there, and that officer wrongfully trespassed me and not those boys. And I had video evidence of the I don't remember if it was strange or one tail. Like, I have to go back and look. And so, but I heard that the cops cannot just verbally tell you, "Oh, you trespass from here." I heard that they have to have like a verbal. I'm sorry, not verbal. I meant to say that they was supposed to put it in writing. But I can't take any chances of going back there, you know. Um, excuse me, but it would be so cold I couldn't even get any sleep to deal with. It was February, so um, like when I very first came here, I think it was Saturday, October. Was that October 7th? Was it 6th or 7th? Excuse me. It was either October 6th or October 7th of last year. And I was staying in a hotel. And then once the funds ran out, approximately a little bit past after the middle of the month. And then after that, I started to go to the airport. And I started to go to the airport. And then, I mean, for those of you who don't know, the gang stalkers called up the airport and told the airport, lies about me and showed them my videos and had me. And then I had just got hired for a job. I had just got hired to work at the airport. Like the day after I got hired, they wrongfully banned me. The day where I was supposed to start work, which was 2 days after I got hired. I mean, wait, hold up. Yeah, I was supposed to start work 2 days after I got hired. But the day in between those 2 days was the stalkers contacted the airport and had me wrongfully banned from the place. And then, before I can even start work and start the job. So since they did that, I tried to go. Well, I had some hotel nights, but when I didn't, I would like. I didn't know whether or not it was. I mean, I didn't see any signs of anywhere. I didn't know whether or not, and I didn't see any signs of anywhere. Um, but I would, be like by the lakefront, and then like during it would start to rain and stuff, and I didn't get help with the hotel rooms even when it rained. So all I knew was to try to go, you know, in one of the buildings on the college campus of the college that I graduated from. Well, I accidentally locked myself in one of the rooms. Accidentally locked my belongings in one of the rooms and locked myself out. And then, I'm gonna say wrongfully banned because of the if it weren't for the gang stalking, I wouldn't end up being forced homeless, and they don't even have any compassion for my situation. But they're saying that I was banned from the campus because of liability. You know, that if I get hurt, then the campus didn't want to be liable. So I got an official, trespass, no trespass warning, and that was the second time. But I was put in a corner and didn't know of where else to go. I didn't know of where else to go. I didn't have anywhere to go. After being wrongfully banned from the airport, I showed the video of the way my eternally drunk Aunt Yvonne, what she did to me. And not knowing my history with her, y'all all just automatically took sides with the evil person. Y'all automatically defended and agreed with her. But I don't want to get off topic though. So, like after I was, by the, they escorted me off the campus. I came here exactly where I'm at later on that night, and I wasn't sure if it was legal or not to be here, but I see other homeless people around here and nobody said anything. And I be trying to stay by myself and away from people. And people say, as a homeless TI, stay away from the homeless clique because it would be more dangerous. So, excuse me. Like, to ride the bus to the lakefront, you have to cross the campus to get to the lakefront. So if I can't go on a campus, like in 2019, when I'm gonna say wrongfully, because that was a gang stalker setup, banned me from the campus. It's like I got off the bus and tried to go towards the lakefront, and excuse me, and the officers wrongfully assumed that I was trying to go back into one of the classroom buildings, and they bullied, harassed, and threatened me off the campus. And then it's like I was trying to explain that I was trying to go to cross the lakefront, and it was a light-skinned, I don't even know if he was Creole, but he was a light-skinned, bald-head officer, and he wasn't even that tall, and he had glasses. And he bullied, harassed, and threatened me. And then he had a fake emotional meltdown and showing off and crying. I wish I would have filmed and recorded that shit. And, basically, he indirectly admitted to me that, he sold out because he got kids to feed. I'm trying to feed my kid. He had a whole fucking fake meltdown. So ever since then, I never bothered to go back to anywhere near that area. And then, excuse me. So once I got my tax refund check, I was going to the old airport. They had a bunch of homeless people that were staying there. Excuse me. I was going to because they transferred buildings. Like the airport used to be on Airline Highway, but they moved it to I don't know. I just know you take the veterans bus, or they had 2 Kenner buses that go there. 2 RTA buses and the Jefferson Parish Veterans bus to get there to the airport. So like a bunch of homeless, it seemed like as if it was encouraged, for homeless people to feel safe, in 2019, but as soon as I got my tax refund check, I went to call myself trying to move to Pensacola, and was very disappointed. It was like in late March, early April was when I started doing videos on my first PsychWorld channel that's no longer here because Starbricker murdered it. The gang stalker Starbricker, she murdered that PsychWorld YouTube channel. So I but I had just started doing like YouTube. That was when I started doing, like, I think when I started being vocal and outspoken about my YouTube channels. I'm sorry, on my YouTube channels about narcissistic. Now, I wasn't much of a threat talking about narcissistic abuse, but gang stalking, oh yeah, I became a threat, and that's why they did what they did. And that's why I said it was a gang stalking setup, and even the university cops acted scared of the higher ups, and betrayed, and they were about to support and help me and give me pointers on how to survive and everything. And it was the beginning of me being like, I was smack brand new. I wasn't new to being a targeted individual, but I was new to the targeted individual community. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize such a community existed. Because I never really saw like any online forums or anything about before then, but I used to see and hear and research about information about targeted individuals and gang stalking, but I didn't know there was a such thing called the TI community, and in 2019, I found out about adrenochrome and celebrities being switched genders from what they appear to be and all kinds of other stuff. And I think I already heard and knew about the human meat and food and stuff like that. And there's so many things I felt devastated to learn about. So then I moved to Pensacola, Florida, and gang stalking followed me there. And I was disappointed to find out that it took me that long to be on the housing list and try to get any housing. And each time I tried with housing and jobs, they got sabotaged. But it was quicker and easier for me to get a job in Pensacola than here in New Orleans. And I was in Los Angeles 4.5 years, could not get a job at all. Never got to have a job. Never got to work in Los Angeles. Never got to work in the 4 years in Denton, Texas. Never got to work. Never got to successfully land a job. And when I was living in Denton, Texas, I was even trying to go to the Texas Workforce Commission, and Mark, the biological brother, Mark would take me there. And you know, excuse me, he would take me there, and I was wondering, like, I have a bachelor's degree and I can't get a damn job. So, but anyway, um, they gang stalked me out of Pensacola off and on, but now it's like no more homeless sleep spots in Pensacola. I can't go back to Pensacola and I can't go back to Bloomington. I thought I couldn't come back here. Even before I woke up to about the targeting, like fully woke up, I had some partial knowledge, but once I fully woke up, that's when everything went crazy, you know. But I was wrongfully banned from pretty much seemingly everywhere downtown, just simply being homeless and not realizing what the hell was going on. Didn't realize it was all gang stalking related. Excuse me. So, like the yeah, the levy in Gretna. I mean, I wish that that situation would not have happened. And it's like, wow. I mean, I had a few good childhood memories about that area, you know, that I can't even reminisce on anymore, you know. And, you know, so I mean, I don't even know if I just can't be there at night anymore or if I can't be there, period, anymore. But that would be a place where I could psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, you know, I guess what people say decompress, or more like clear my mind, you know, and try to have some peace of mind. Excuse me. So, um, so yeah, since they wrongfully, I mean, I showed the video about them wrongfully banning me from the levee by the old Gretna Ferry, and I didn't know of anywhere to go. I wasn't sure. I didn't know where to go. And so I didn't know it was illegal for me to go by the house. And I got wrongfully arrested because this was a gang stalking setup, and y'all put me in a corner to where I don't know where to go. So after that happened, you know, after the jail incident, I don't remember how many times I've been here overnight before the jail incident, but I thought it was just once. But if it wasn't just once, then I don't remember the other times. But like ever since like later on that night of the jail incident, that was when I started coming here. And so if I would be homeless have a hotel room, I would be at whatever hotel. And they wrongfully banned and gang stalked me from certain hotels, and recently the whole entire Wyndham Corporation. And it's evil that when I watch other people's videos, it's like they want to terrorize me with a whole bunch of Days Inn ads from Days Inn, in which Days Inn is under Wyndham. Or if I go on other people's blogs, and I will see a whole bunch of La Quinta hotels and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all are fucked up. Like, I don't want to see those ads anymore. Excuse me. So yeah, if I can't go, I don't have it like that, like I had it in Pensacola, where if there's a place of business or a house or whatever, um, in Pensacola, the police would not tell me I'm trespassing or take me to jail or nothing like that. Somebody would have to make a complaint, in which I told y'all the perps would lie and say that they own the property, and the cops would be gullible and believe their lies. Excuse me, but I saw for myself when I was by 532 West Garden Street or 528 West Garden Street or 600 West Garden Street, um, in Pensacola, wherever would be vacant. I would be there like for, you know, ever since I was told to go by the abandoned bank. Then they turned that into one of my favorite kind of restaurants. But I'm sad because the owners are devil worshiping Masonic perps. But the food was so like amongst one of the best restaurants. I mean, I haven't even eaten at a whole lot of the restaurants in Pensacola, but it was one of the best that I had. You know, and I used to. There was a point in time, off and on, where I would eat there almost every day. But then they try to perp me. Nearly succeeded at trying to perp me out of there and try to have me wrongfully banned from there too. And then I would go like right across the street, you know, and that would and that would be my homeless sleep spot. And then, you know, after a while, that guy would be a perp and have those Masonic ghetto parties, and he would fraudulently and illegally drive a raggedy red SUV with one headlight and then try to gaslight me. Or he would have like a nice brand new BMW. And one time he tried to pretend to be fake nice and offer me food, but I was afraid to eat it because narcissistic control freak fake TI perps called me greedy and make it like, oh, you deserve to be poisoned for accepting food offered to you. Oh, that should be your lesson to learn. But he didn't poison me, but I was afraid to eat the food because the narcissistic control freak fake TI perps wanted me to be so-called paranoid about if somebody give me food and it's poisoned. So I didn't trust to eat. Damn. I didn't trust to eat. I didn't trust to eat whatever food they try to offer. Hold up. Hold up. This fake fucking train is delaying my video. And they're getting me off topic. Undistracted. Hold up. So see, I automatically see. Damn. Oh, hold up. Okay. So, damn. Flies and stuff. And oh, my legs are this is my third night out here. So my legs are they are extremely swollen. My legs are swollen. When I have the hotel rooms, the swelling in my legs go down. So Oh man, I had so much to talk about, so much to say. So yeah, they gang stalked and ran me off from every sleep spot in downtown Pensacola. And then I went and like the situation in the previous video before this one, um, I had the situation with that fake Richard Terrell perp and his family members. And now this guy, I don't know his name, he's doing the exact same thing that Richard Terrell did. But after the police incident, I'm not trying to call the doggone police. You know, I was like the video with the police incident, with they were perping and harassing me. And like they strategically waited for me to like they were lurking around the corner for me to be like the moment I forgot whether it was the moment that I started to settle down or the moment I started to close my eyes and go to sleep. And then they started I'm sorry, I got my earbuds in. And so then they started the noise campaign. And they did it multiple times. And then played psychological games. And then the police threatened me with arrest. And I didn't even realize, but like I think it was a couple of weeks later, I didn't even realize that oh excuse me. I didn't even realize that the video went a little bit viral. I wasn't even expecting, or I didn't even realize that, you know. And it went just a little bit viral. Excuse me, on YouTube. And I mean by another person posting up the reposting the video. And so then the officers, you know, threatened me with arrest and was bullying me and narcissistically abusing me, and I stood my ground and did not back down. And you know, they said that the officers that I caused the officers to do the walk of shame. Well, I mean, because the perps called the police on me and was sticking the police on me like dogs. And then they gang stalked me away from downtown Pensacola. And then I tried to go near by the abandoned old college bookstore. Excuse me, and the fake Darnell Williams perp made a false call to the police. And I heard that was criminal mischief. See, I mean, I heard that was criminal mischief what he did. So when he, you know, harassed me and lied and said that he was the one that you know, he said he was the one who called the police and lied and said he owned that property, in which when they say they own the property, they mean that they think they own me. And like they delusionally believe that they own me like I am their property. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to be a slave to people that's younger than me and whose face I can't even see? You ain't my handle. I don't even fucking know you. You're weird. You're just a weird, sick, creepy ass. That's what you are. You ain't my damn handle. I don't even know you. So after that incident, and then the incident that happened at UWF pool, that I was scapegoated and falsely accused of something really dumb that everybody does. Like that lady just wanted to gang stalk me out of there. And then I left to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I had to just pick a random place. But I don't know what the outcome would have been if I would have moved back to New Orleans then. But I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, and stayed there for a couple of months until a fake TI perp lured me to Bloomington, Texas, and then she ghosted me the night that I got there, she cut off all contact with me. And she pretended to be Christian and targeted. And then, so that right there left me to be bitter. And then I may have had a roof over my head, but it was kind of expensive to live there, and I was barely making it. And then also the transportation was hell, and my only it was be torture for me to be forced to be locked up in the house and live out in that rural area with nowhere to go on Saturdays and Sundays. I couldn't fucking live like that. I didn't even have a car, and then they didn't even have like the Uber. It was really shitty, and you know, Uber. They didn't even have DoorDash delivery. They didn't have none of that. It was hard to survive out in Bloomington, and for that tiny little town, for me to be gang stalked that heavy, and so I went through a lot of traumatizing hell, and they kept trying to electronically murder me. That's another reason why I couldn't stay in those cabins. Squeezing my organs every day, every fucking day, and also they would do stuff like cause me bad, like vertigo so bad I thought I was gonna die, and continuous sleep deprivation and forced diarrhea. So yeah, they were cooking me, baking, broiling, grilling me, whatever kind of, frying me, whatever. Boil, broil, cook, fry, bake, saute, whatever the hell of me. They were trying to kill me. I couldn't stay there. And then I was being harassed with death every day. And then the front desk people were abusive and rude, and they were perps. And every day was a fear that I would be wrongfully banned or evicted. And like I was afraid that if I would have been evicted like around the 15th of the month, I mean, I would have had like there was no way I could have been homeless on the streets in Bloomington. That town was so small, and I had absolutely nowhere to go. And then I don't know what animal I could have been attacked by in the middle of the night. But I was extremely depressed and miserable, and it really felt like I was locked up in prison, and it was traumatic to live there. And then to be bullied, harassed, and threatened with the Social Security thing, and traumatized and everything. I promise that for the rest of my life, for as long as I live, I'm never going back to Bloomington. But the stalkers think they got the fake authority to forcefully order me to go back there. I almost didn't even get to get my driver's license. And it's like I can't even get I would have less job opportunities out there. So they gang stalked me even when I was away from downtown Pensacola. I tried to stay in other places in Pensacola, and then that gang stalked me away from there. So I went to I went to Cincinnati, Ohio. Then the perp lured me to Texas, where I thought I vowed to never go back to Texas ever again. and they had that man that was supposed to be a targeted individual, and he had RVs to rent to TIs, but they had some perp infiltrators that sabotaged him, and also he said that it's required for you to have a vehicle. You had to have a car in order to live in those RVs. So he told me that because I didn't have a car, I could not stay in the RV. So, but she didn't. That female, that Heather person, she didn't even tell me what city in Bloomington it was. So, I mean, what city in Texas it was? Cause she just said it was right outside of Victoria, but it wasn't Bloomington. But I was all happy and stuff. But like the gang stalkers followed me in my Uber. Like the very moment I got off the Greyhound bus in Victoria police was gang stalking me, and I got video footage of that too. And I'm like, damn, I just got here, and the police are gang stalking me already. Perps with one headlight, they were here planted there before I was, and then the gang stalkers followed me and made sure they followed me in the Uber all the way to that place. Like, people didn't want to help, and then like once I got there, they started pouring in last minute help. And I'm like, come on, I'm trying to get permanent housing or a place to live long term, and y'all still don't want to help me. I just need help with this one last time. And so after I realized what happened with that apartment, after Bloomington, I was glad to get out of there, and I was already on that housing list in Pensacola for 4 years. And so I was already on a housing list for 4 years, and then after that, I finally got the housing. I told y'all what happened with the housing, and I showed documentation of what happened. And then they victim blamed me and said that I should have known better to live in the projects. Well, I didn't know it was the projects until after I booked the bus ticket, and it was non-refundable. So people try to tell me I should have known better than to live in the projects. So I almost lost my life, and so now they planted that perp in the previous video. They planted him. He was planted there on purpose to try to run me off from this area, and I'm like, this is evil. I don't have nowhere else to go. Whether I'm homeless or have a place to live, I cannot get to stay anywhere for long, and they gang stalk me or wrongfully ban or wrongfully fire, trying to evict or whatever. And of course, the fake TI perps and the regular perps try to scapegoat and victim blame me and side with the perpetrators, and then lie and say it's my behavior. But for them to get gangster, ghetto, and ignorant, how come that's not considered bad behavior? And they're trying to force me or trying to run me back out of New Orleans again. And I keep telling y'all, I cannot leave New Orleans because of until after my court thing and my fake criminal charge. As I said, the officers, they didn't have to do that to me. And they got a lot of shady stuff going on. It's a gang stalking cover-up. And if the fake TI perps and regular perps revealing to me, they're telling me that that such and such, whoever, put a witchcraft spell on me and caused me to wrongfully get arrested and go to jail. So this is the only spot I have left. And I don't have the funds to go flee to any other city or state. And like a few months ago, it was in last year, the fake Darnell Williams perp left me alone. And then he left me alone, like, he harassed me the first day that I had that apartment. But I think it was after I officially had to be back on the streets after the hotel funds ran out. Him and my twin sister went back to harassing me for good. Back to harassing me again, because even my twin sister left me alone for a while. But last summer, when I was in Bloomington, the fake Darnell Williams perp would make fake new accounts and make death threats at me and harass me and pose as my twin sister on TikTok. And they even threatened to have me, every month, they would threaten to have me wrongfully evicted or banned from the cabins that I was staying in. I was able to go on one job interview. And when I went on that job interview, the gang stalkers sabotaged the job before I could even... Yeah, it was I think it was Cricket Wireless place. It seemed like cell phone jobs never hire me, or they never want to hire me. A couple of them let me do an interview, but I'm never selected to be hired. But then I couldn't work at those kinds of places because they always have the loud music. Excuse me. So, speaking of cell phones, ever since I showed the video of that game, the cell phone game, I don't even know if they had erased the game feature on that app on my phone. After I didn't know. They erased the game app on my feature on my phone, where if you play a game, you can win certain points to reduce your phone bill. So it was like a day or two after I posted up that quick little video. If it was against the rules or against, I didn't know. So either that or it might be part of the gang stalking. Excuse me. So, well, but anyway, I'm surprised I got a little bit of sleep. Excuse me. It was 4:30 in the morning. I didn't realize I dozed off, and then I woke up shortly after 7 o'clock. And then I was held back by the train, but thankfully I'm glad I made the bus in time. Excuse me. So this is the third night I'm on the streets from being in a hotel for almost a week. So this is the third night on the streets, and my legs are swelling and hurting. And it's hard to walk. So this is really scary to be forced to have to live like this. And my entire family is cold. They have a cold-hearted, they have zero heart towards me at all. cold and heartless. And then everybody in society is okay with my family members' abuse, including my twin sister, all their abuse towards me. Excuse me. But for my twin sister to try to make it like she don't want to be bothered with me, she damn sure wants to be bothered with stalking, following, and harassing, and bullying, and perping, and trolling me. If you didn't want to be bothered, why you on your fake alternative account? Why you on June 4th you followed me on that account? So yeah, my legs they are swollen and hurting. And not yesterday, Tuesday, but I meant to say Monday. All day I couldn't even forget bending down. They would squeeze my organs with me just sitting up. And I have so much heavy weight and pressure on my legs, and it hurts. It's like excruciating, unbearable, torturous pain. Wow. A mosquito attacking me. My fingers. So this is evil that well, like I'm surprised that I was able to live in Denton, Texas for 4.5 years, but the perp neighbors were trying to run me off. And now I can't even have an apartment to live. I can't even be in a hotel for 2 weeks without them me being wrongfully gang stalked off out of the hotel, or wrongfully trespassed and banned, or the do not rent list for the whole entire corporation. And they're trying to have me just wrongfully banned from everywhere. And the online stalkers, they were trying to have me wrongfully banned from the downtown library in Pensacola, Florida. And they lied, and they posed as the staff and lied and said that I was banned. Come to find out, I was only just banned for that one day. I mean, for the rest of that one day. But they nearly succeeded at having me wrongfully banned from all the Jefferson Parish libraries. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And these are the same type of perps that sexually harass me and make death threats at me. So yesterday, all I had was nothing but a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit for breakfast. And perps followed me to that coffee shop. And then I went to the library. And but then I felt kind of restless at one point, but then afterwards I felt kind of restless. I meant to say restless. But before I left, I put it in the community post about a short story about, to try to give myself some healing and therapy from the trauma. Like, this is what y'all say I need to do. So I wrote a doggone short story, but I try to um put a what y'all want to call a positive twist on it. And you know, just like the Luciferians like to twist and pervert God's rainbow. They like to twist and pervert you know, the blood of Jesus Christ as well. And the when the Freemasons use the Bible and the number 33, there's satanic people mocking Jesus Christ. So, yep, when Jesus Christ died on a cross, but he's not still dead. He conquered death. When he died on the cross, he was 33 years old. And so the Freemasons and the devil worshippers and the occultists and witches, whatever, they manipulate and twist it around for an evil meaning, perverse meaning. So yeah, in a community post on YouTube, I wrote a short story called Red Velvet Restaurant. And I made it short, very short, like I always do. And if people say blogging is work, well, I worked yesterday. I worked yesterday. Yeah, I worked yesterday. And so I had red beans and rice and sausage again for dinner. But not enough funds for lemonade, but that's all right. As long as I got me some water, that's all right. You know, I didn't have to have lemonade, but I was just contrasting it from, or comparing it or whatever, from the day before. I had, like Monday, I had lemonade with my meal, and then I had an ice cream cone too. But you know, I hate when people try to give me advice on what to spend money on when I don't have any damn thing. When people say, well, you should get this and get that for shielding. And I'm like, well, I don't have the money for this. And I don't have the money for that. Like, you expect me to already have the money for this and the money for that? And how can I do shielding while being homeless on the streets? I mean, how could I get a Faraday cage? Oh. Not all, but some of the shielding techniques that they suggest is new age. Some of it, not all. Because I heard that me protecting my ears like this, with the earbuds and the white noise, I heard that is shielding, a form of shielding, from the noise. And I've been doing that long before I knew about targeting and gang stalking. Because I always, like, since teenage years, I've been having hypersensitive ear condition. But they had it so excessively loud that I was able to feel the vibrating. Oh, now my fingers itch. So I have enough funds. Like, I got a little bit of help, Now, with that, like that, yeah, I can't even say the word that I'm supposed to say, but that person that's part of the rainbow community try to bully and harass and pick a fight with me, and you know, and then um, you know, it seemed. I'm wondering if he was a part of. I wonder if he was one of my twin sister's devout cult followers. He was planted there, and the most I got from panhandling. Well, like I didn't get anything on the streets at all on Monday. But yesterday was Tuesday, now it's Wednesday. I just got like $1, and I think I counted $1.35 from panhandling. That was it. And then I had a little bit of funds from two different people who donated me a little something here and there, but I'm not gonna disclose how much it was though. Um, Excuse me. But now I have enough for at least 2 meals for today. And I wish I could be able to have like healthier food and stuff, but I like when I go to certain restaurants and they do have the healthier food, like fruits and vegetables, it'd be like um wilted or lost its nutritional value or overripe or something like that, or no good or have mold on it. So sometimes when I go to I don't even eat the buffet every single day. Of course not even every week. But if I go to a buffet restaurant, um, when I go to a buffet restaurant, sometimes I would feel more motivated to have like a salad or fruits and vegetables and stuff. But they be having like dirty, filthy people that eat at the buffet restaurants. But at regular restaurants, I don't really be seeing dirty people like that. And these people, they be dirty, but they don't even be homeless, but they be dirty. Filthy and just like their clothes be just like filthy and disgusting. So my legs hurt so bad, y'all. I'm on the verge of crying. But they had this perp named Riley that initially had a fake new account that was 2 days old, and then made a fake nice supportive comment, and then afterwards made a bossy controlling perp comment, and I had to block him. Or I don't know if that was a male or a female trying to tell me where to live. And then they had this fake perp name. I forgot. I mean, she had a Spanish name, and I think a Mexican flag, perping with a Mexican flag on purpose. You know, and then she talked like as if she'd been stalking and watching me for a long ass fucking time, and I had to block her too. You know, and she tried to make it like as if, like it was your first time commenting, but then you talk about, oh, that was the most with the guy that came to try to make sexual advances at me. She tried to make it like, oh, that was the nicest and most respectful I've ever seen you, whatever, whatever, And the fake Darnell Williams perp said something along those lines too. Well, I got a whole bunch of damn thumbs down. I didn't get that many thumbs up on that video. But I was just freaking sleep deprived, down and out, and tired, too tired to fight. But I was had my guard up and was vigilant and didn't want him to come sit next to me. That guy was dirty with dirty clothes and dirty hands, dirty fingernails, and he had like his fingernails were really small. Mine had grown out a little bit. But I don't even know if he bites his fingernails or whatever. But I wasn't sure, but I thought that he was doing something perverted over there. So 3 nights in a row, 3 different types of guys to be harassed by. So, like, I don't even get that much help with certain days panhandling. I end up getting no money at all. But in Pensacola, most people were rude, but they were a little bit more generous. But yeah, I don't get I don't even get that much for panhandling. Like here in New Orleans, I will be lucky if I get $5 for the day panhandling on the streets. Yep, ever since the police officer broke my phone, now my phone would take like pretty much all freaking day to charge. So I end up having to go like to the library or something. Can't go to the malls and be at the malls all day no more, really. Um, and as I said, they're trying to have me wrongfully banned from the library. Trying to have me wrongfully banned from every place that I frequent or go to. Trying to have me wrongfully banned from here. Trying to have me wrongfully banned from the malls, libraries, hotels. If I get a job, jobs too. Damn. And I was trying to say that when I was eating my dinner, I kept getting harassed by flies. And one of them actually got into my food. Now, like, damn, like, I'll be wondering if they use insects to target and harass the fuck out of me. Like, insects, like flies or mosquitoes harassing me and won't leave me the fuck alone. Oh, man. Oh, my legs. And then had this lady seemed like she made a false promise to help me out with a hotel room. And that fake Riley perp led me on to think he or she was going to help me too. And then turn around and perp me and I had to block them. But I don't know. It's like, it's weird how somebody would talk about God and religion and even tell you to repent of your sins. People in general, if they would talk about God and talk about the blood of Jesus Christ and say all the right words to manipulate for you to think that they're a sincere and righteous Christian. And it's mind-boggling and traumatizing for them to flip on you and do something like totally satanic and perp. Oh, man. Oh. So I'm out here, have to remain hyper vigilant, can't use the bathroom, my legs are swollen, I'm sleep deprived. Those perps in the previous video, like shortly after I turned the video off, I thought that they left. And I was like, thank God, I'm glad that they're leaving. But then afterwards, they just went down a little bit further and continued with the harassment. And then 5 minutes later, they left. And I'm like, wow, with a sigh of relief. imagine to have several neighbors like that, people that you have to live next to, torture like that all day, every day without a break. And as I said, they're trying to gang stalk me away, perp me out of this area. And I don't have anywhere else to go. This is cruel. And everybody wants for me to go live out of state. And I can't because I got an undeserved fake criminal charge I have to fight. But the most wicked people think that they play God and judge. The other video is kind of somewhat almost done uploading. But it's 1:44 a.m. in the morning. So like since the Social Security funds ran out, I have to ask for help like every day. And then I heard that there's a tropical disturbance forming in the Gulf. And I heard like from Father's Day on sometime next week, it's supposed to rain every day. But then like today, tomorrow, and Friday, at least it's supposed to be like up in the mid 90s. Really hot. So y'all keep me in your prayers. But I'm gonna get off here. I need any and all the help that I could get, whatever y'all could pitch in. Thanks, and I love y'all. And I'm gonna try to do work on more writings and stuff.